can't be in a bit of B-roll footage, so I might as well film myself while I'm set up and put this on the FX. To say this one, the last one I had was in bronze. In fact, the one I think I had before that was a bronze one as well. So this one is all black and it looks pretty funky, to be honest. Looks pretty funky. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a test fit. Part of the reason I want the Sabre Tactical rail is because I do like a bipod on most of my rifles, just because of what, where and when I shoot them. But let's just put that on, see what this looks like for setup. Okay, I think that's probably a little bit far forward just for me at the moment, so I'm going to bring that back a touch. Now, because I've got the ability on this to move it backward, both on the rail itself, the Picatinny rail on the impact, which is inclined, and I can also move it on the mount, I'm going to actually choose the most stable position on the mount. And to be honest, keeping it as short as possible on the mount extension makes the most sense. So actually where I had it to start with probably made logical sense actually. So I'm just going to nip these up now, because there's no point extending an attachment, because any kind of movement, and this applies to any optic, any movement at all that you get in a mechanical system may as well be minimized. And of course that is a screwed bolted joint, and on the rifle the rail is an integral part of the receiver itself, so it doesn't really matter if I put the scope forward to there or backward to here, just makes no difference, because it's going to give me perfect stability. Let's try popping it about there this time, see what it looks like. Because I can use this in daylight as well as the darkness, remember. Yeah, that is looking nice. I'm going to go one slot forward, and then I think we'll call that perfect. But it's no huge problem to change it in the field if necessary. You know, I don't need a whole armourer's toolbox to do it. Just nip those up finger tight, shoulder the rifle again. Yeah, that's about perfect now. Oh, goody, goody, goody. I'm looking forward to using this one. I get so many review rifles, but some of them just tickle me. Especially if it's something I get to use that I've kind of, you know, I've done the apprenticeship now. I've done all the FX rifles in 12 foot-pound format. I've done different cartridges, different calibers. This time I thought I really want to go with one I can swap the barrel on, get full power capability on, because I really want to learn to tune these things. I've shot all the FX, they're all pretty accurate, but I don't think I've ever had the absolute perfection out of them, and I know they have this huge following, and I don't think I quite got the gist of FX. Well, over the last couple of weeks, I have, I think, bitten that bug now, and I really want to take them on as, rather than airgun shooting or airgun hunting, I want my new hobby to be FX air rifles. They do seem to offer, you know, an almost unending capability of tuning, changing, trying things. And, you know, in certainly countries where we're not specifically particularly multi-species quarry rich, the actual accuracy, target shooting, tinkering and tuning is part of the hobby. And perhaps the FX is, perhaps what I was missing is the fact that FX is probably the most about that of any air rifle. Certainly with the interchangeable liners, interchangeable barrels, cartridges, I keep saying cartridges, I mean calibers, and the whole valving system, regulation system, hammer systems, etc, etc. I also really want to change the fact that I'm going to be starting to shoot slugs a lot more. Slugs are one of the most innovative, one of the most innovative future sort of, you know, experimentational elements in the whole of the shooting world. In the centerfire world, we're doing a lot of ammunition trials with non-toxic, going to copper from lead. But in the airgun world, we're still all right with lead at the minute, but slugs are giving us what we didn't have before. We had the modern ballistics, which we're all chasing, because the optics are so great now, whether it be night vision, daylight, or you know, a day optic, something like one of the elements. I think I'm going to put the Nexus on this because it's the top of the range one. Because we can experiment with all that, thankfully the manufacturers are experimenting with projectiles, and ballistic coefficients is where it is. And if you're going to go to one of the FAC ones in one of the larger calibers, it's interesting to see which of them is going to give you the best longer range ballistics or inherent accuracy. Personally, research so far has told me that for UK long range use, I probably won't go beyond a 2.2 caliber, maybe a 2.5, depending on whether I'm using it for hunting at extended distance or just simply punching paper or steel. But in terms of the intrinsic accuracy on paper at extended distance, I think I'm going to like the 30 cal, partly because it's just so different for an air rifle to go up to that 7.62mm threshold that for so long has been the centerfire world. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching that little couple of minutes on my my honest opinion of where I've maybe been wrong with FX in the past and now where I want to move to with FX in the future. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, because I intend hanging on to this one for a while. Your comments are going to drive what I'm going to experiment with. You know, if you've got any tips, tricks, advice, please share them with me. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you hear about it as soon as I put them up and put them online on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.